So what you have in this fence is you have 3 knobs. This is for just locking and unlocking the end of your extension. That's for clamping on the angular plate, and that's for keeping it at a center datum, what we call as the 0. So this stopper has always been fixed either in the front hole or at the back hole of the angular table. That's a slider which goes up and back. So what we do is we just keep this in the first hole. So you can have that completely fixed to your 0 datum, and then if you need some angular things, you have 90-degree pins already been set up, so you can move them and change them to any different angle what you require. So your wood completely inclines and you can control the amount of cut. If you are going for a 0-degree cut, you lift this pin up, put it in the hole, lock it, and then use the C clamp to lock the fence completely on the angular plate.
Sorry, do you mean this pin has to go?
Yes, this pin has to come out.
Oh, okay, right.
If
so
it's
that's
inside, it goes beyond 0 degrees.
okay.
So here you will see your 0-degree mark, and then you lock it. So that locks the whole mechanism completely. This slider is only for having your workpiece, so at what amount of length you want to keep it, you can keep it, lock it and release it, and then slide it completely.
Can you do a demonstration of that?
So that's just like a clamp then?
It's like a stopper, what you can say. Like you can have a workpiece completely inside, and then you do the cut. So what we'll be doing is, So what I'll be doing is, if I have a workpiece been fixed, I can move it.
Fix the length.
Fix the length and then use it.
This machine needs to be moved. That's what I'm thinking. It probably needs to go that way, then move forward. Yeah. You haven't bolted it down yet?
No.
This could move more this way, couldn't it?
Sir, they're not in charge of any of the extraction, so we have to.
You guys are.
No.
Yeah, because I think the extraction, they said they're going to give it to a separate. There's a separate tender for that.
No, not that it is.
This can completely come out if required, if you're not using this. So we can lose this freely, and I can just move the angular plate at a shorter distance rather than using it a complete end. The sliding assembly is fixed. The main part of the table is fixed. These two are your extensions what we have. The rib fence what we have for the extension for the cuts to be done, and a stopper for having the work has been fixed. People sometimes also use the manual hand slider to be used for the same purpose, and then you have a normal handle for moving the whole sliding assembly. This part is a stopper what we have, if in case you are making sure that children are not using this part. So what we do is we just release this, so it locks the whole sliding belt. So it does not move it up and forth. You'll just pull it, lock it back, and then the whole mechanism starts. Putting the stopper below or with those angle plates, they should not come and touch the blade. So you need to have at least a 5 mm gap so that it slides easily, or else that will start cutting the rubber.
Are these measurements accurate or?
Yeah.
Personal?
They'll exactly be over here. So we have 40 mm from the center of the blade to this, and then depends on what length we are going to keep it. So I'll just go ahead and do a small cut. Okay, before I do that, I'll just show you a few more. What we have is, this is for the raising and taking the blade down. So it just takes your blade up and down, depending on how high you want.
Is there a manual lock for that? Like if we wanted to.
No, they don't have locks. We can go on turning it. So if you see, your blade starts turning to an angle of 0 to 45 depending on what cut we are doing.
Where's the
Here's the
scale?
angle scale.
Oh, okay. So it's.
So you have each of 2 degrees, 1 degree of increment,
Yeah.
and then you go. So ideally we keep it at 0, so you'll see that.
Yeah.
And once you have completely brought it back to 0, cut being done, I can have that locked. So it's rolled out and then I'll lock it.
Close to the blade.
And make sure it is very close to the plate, and then I'll fix. So you have got 1, 2 and 3 options what you can use for doing your cuts. Safeties in this is, main thing is the cleaning what we have.
You
You have one motor